I'm probably going to edit this in a way where it doesn't sound like I'm constantly complaining. What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. I am doing my makeup today. I wanted to do a fun little makeup look and I needed some kind of makeup therapy because I'm very anxious today. I don't know really what's going on with me, but I just wanted to sit down, play with some makeup. So this isn't going to be really a tutorial. It's just gonna be kind of me like hanging out, talking, doing my makeup at the same time. I just went to Ulta today to pick up some goodies. We have a new primer. We have some lash glue. I have a new lip pencil. I filmed a TikTok, so I will insert the footage for that here. I want to do my makeup today. I feel like I needed it, so we're going to Ulta. Bag secured. Let's show you everything I got. We got the Duo Lash Glue in the black adhesive. I like this one a lot. I needed a new sponge. I'm obsessed with the e.l.f. face sponge. I don't think I've used one other than this in like 3 years. And then the Power Grip Primer, which I'm really excited to try because I loved the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, but this is much cheaper. We love an affordable dupe. And then we have a staple, Lash Princess, the False Lash Effect, the green one. You need it. I'm just kidding, but it's honestly the best and it's so affordable. And then I needed a new lip pencil. I was trying them all out on my hand. This one is this one right here. It's called Nude Beige. I'm excited. And we're just gonna get started. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take this Viseart eye primer. I've already done my brows. We're gonna start with eyes because I wanna do like this black and white look. So I figured we might as well go messy on the eyes and then we can clean it up if need be. I also have this Doja Cat up here because whenever I'm not gonna be filming or the parts that I'm not gonna keep in, I will be listening to Doja Cat because Doja Cat gets me. I get Doja Cat. It'll be silent while we're talking, but I'll be listening to it whenever we're not talking. The eyeshadow primer is on. She's feeling nice and tacky. We're going to be using this palette today, the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. I'm obsessed with the Juvia's Place eyeshadows, plus this is just what I have. We're gonna be using the brown, the blacks, and the white. I'm gonna use this first shade on a Morphe M573, just a nice fluffy blending brush. You can use your bronzer too if you want. I thought about using my bronzer, but I was like, the shade is perfect. So we're just gonna use this as a crease color before I go in. If you need any blending tips, you're gonna wanna hold your brush towards the bottom of the handle so that you have more mobility, and then just lightly windshield wiper motions back and forth, back and forth. Also, don't be afraid to take it into your brow. I've already done my brows a little bit. In case you were wondering, we skipped the brows because I feel like brows are a little boring, and I'll touch them up later on when the face is on. Now that that's all applied, we're gonna take both of these blacks. We're gonna start with this one up here, and then I'll darken it with this one up here, and I'm gonna use this teeny tiny little flat brush. I want to start small because it's black and I don't want it to get too messy too quickly. This is a ColourPop E20 from their brush roll collection. I don't even know if they still sell it. Let's tap into this black gray shade and let's start creating the shape because I'm gonna do this like fun shape today. So basically I'm just carving out the crease and then we're gonna fill the inside with a white because I think that the contrast will look really cute. I just really wanted to try this eye look. I've been having this vision in my head of what this eye look would look like, so I thought, why not create it today? I just bought a plane ticket because I miss my family. I haven't seen them in like months. I miss the puppies, I miss my family. My sisters are getting bigger and older and they're starting school soon and I haven't seen them. I got a one-way because round trip tickets are just a pain in my ass. And they didn't have any flights back at like a good time for me because I can't drive after dark, personal reason, but I have to get another one-way ticket on my way back and I'm gonna worry about that in like a couple weeks. I've been trying not to stress out about it, but like it was so stressful because like, you know, bills are due. This is turning out the way I want it to, so that's nice. Look at that. I think I want to bring it in. Yes, absolutely, look at that. I'm gonna carve out the inside with concealer just to make it really clean, and then we're gonna put some white shadow in there for the contrast. It's giving alien superstar. That was my goal. Also, if you are trying to recreate this at home, I don't really know why you would be, but if you did want to, It's okay if you get messy out here on the end, because we're gonna clean that up with like concealer or a makeup wipe. Make sure that the inside lines are nice and deep, nice and dark, so that they have that punch, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh wow, I see that you have that line there, you know? So that's the first part. Now we're gonna dive into the deeper black. Looks like that. And we're going to go over all that again. It's a process. Makeup is a process, but I really wanted to do this, and I haven't gotten to play with makeup in a long time, like I said. It was just a whole stressful process of like getting the plane ticket, and then I'm gonna try not to stress about the coming back process, because there's no point in stressing about the coming back process, because there's no need. It's not the present moment. I mean, who knows when this makeup video is going out. Hopefully I get this makeup therapy session up before I go to Tulsa, but we'll see. That's what I've been stressing out about recently, is like getting to go back to see my family, because I miss them, and I've been very alone out here. Very alone. And I'm okay. Like, I'm like, if I'm supposed to be alone, then I'm supposed to be alone. Like, I'm not mad about it. It's just that I would like to see my family. So that's what we're doing. I also do want to go do some more traveling in September and October. My birthday is coming up in September. Shout out September Virgos. Mine's September 8th. And I really want to go back to Pennsylvania / New York. That's where I spent most of my time growing up. Some of you probably know that, but I grew up in a really small town in Westfield, Pennsylvania. I spent 12 years of my life there. That's where I went to school, elementary through 12th. And I haven't been back since I graduated in 2014, and I just want to go see like all of the stuff that I used to do when I was younger, and just to see how far I've come, to incorporate the LA version of me into the Westfield small town Pennsylvania version of me, because Westfield, Pennsylvania has literally one stoplight, or they did when I lived there, and I haven't been back since I graduated, like I said. So I'm gonna be doing that and just going to visit all of this stuff and see all of the things that I didn't get to see. I also want to reach out to some people in the area and see if they want to like hang out or see me, something like that, just, you know, to catch up, to see some people. I haven't done anything except work and build my social media career for like the past 4 years, I swear to God. So I feel like it's time for me to finally do something for myself. My soul, my spirit has been needing to like have more fun. So I'm like, let's do it. Let's have more fun. And I feel like going on these trips, going traveling, solo traveling will be really fun for me. I like to do things by myself, but I don't really like to be alone all the time, you feel me? That's the shape we're going for. Remember, we'll clean it up on the edge. It's looking good so far. I am going to take a smaller fluffy blending brush. It's the ColourPop E16, again from their brush roll. And we're gonna buff out the edges so that it's not so black, and we get that brown bronzer shade in there again. So we'll use the transition color again and just buff it above really lightly. These are really my kind of makeup looks, just so you know. That's why I don't wear makeup a lot, because my makeup looks are really like, they're meant to be artistic and just like fun for me to take pictures, fun for me to sit down and do, have a little bit of an artist moment. I'm not one of those like everyday makeup wearers. I used to be when I worked at Ulta, and like when I first got into makeup, it was like every day I was wearing makeup. But I don't do that so much anymore, just because I don't have the time, the energy, I didn't have the stuff. But I'm excited for this. This is coming together exactly the way I wanted it to. Now that that's buffed out, let's go ahead and get some concealer. We're gonna use the Rare Beauty one. This is in the shade 160C. Use whatever concealer you want if you're trying this at home. I don't have a brush for it. That's delightful. We're gonna try this one. Looks like that. Okay, it's a Zoeva 241. And we're gonna take the concealer on the brush, and I'm gonna be real quiet because I need to focus so that I don't fudge this up. And it's okay if you do mess it up. You can just go over it with the black shades again, and it won't be that big of a deal. I just am such a perfectionist. I would prefer to get it right on the first try. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I say this all the time, but shout out to the people who do makeup tutorials on a regular basis, because this is not easy. And sometimes it's really not fun. The makeup application is fun for me. The filming it though, not so fun for me. So that's why you don't get a lot of makeup tutorials from me, because I don't enjoy doing them. And I don't like to film or do content that I don't enjoy doing. There's no point, you know what I'm saying? Because then it's not enjoyable for you to watch. It's not enjoyable for me to create. No one's having fun at that point. It actually looks really solid. Like, it actually turned out really dope. Okay. Something I did there. I did something there. We are gonna take the little brush that I had the blacks on, and we're gonna reinforce the black over the concealer just so everything looks blended. We're gonna take this brush. It's just stained purple, don't worry about it. Send new brushes. SOS, send new brushes. We're gonna take this white color from the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette. That one. And we're just gonna pop this where I have the concealer. I think I do want to take the black like into my lash line. It's a process. I also feel like I complain a lot whenever I do eyeshadow tutorials, or whenever I just do makeup tutorials in general. Whenever I'm doing my makeup on camera, I feel like I complain so much. But it's like my time to complain, because I don't complain any other time. Like, I don't talk about what's going on with me, not very often, because I don't feel like anyone cares, and I don't really know how to articulate it. Still haven't been on a date, still haven't been asked out on a date, but that's okay. Still don't have a boyfriend, but that's okay, because I'm actually not looking for a relationship anymore. It's so funny. My whole like thoughts about love have just completely switched. I remember there was this like time in my life where I was like, I'm gonna be alone forever. Like, I just need a boyfriend. I just want a boyfriend, because I was a little. But now, I don't really care. Like, I would be fine with being single until I die. I'm at this point where I'm like, I will be okay by myself, because I am my own best friend. I don't need no man. I don't need no woman, because I'm open at this point. Like, shit, if you can treat me right, that's where I'm at. But, you know, I just have trust and faith that the universe is doing what the universe is supposed to be doing, and it'll all happen the way it's supposed to be happening. I'm coolin'. I'd rather be alone and working on myself and loving myself than in an unhappy relationship that I don't know how to get out of, you know? No shade, no tea, just the truth. I'm okay with being single. It really took me a long time to get like this, but I'm here. I'm here, and I do not look back. That's the eye look. I've definitely done something similar to this before, now that I'm like thinking about it, but it's okay, I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and I will come back with eyes and lashes all on. So I switched the music to Beyonce's Renaissance album because I was getting a little tired of Doja Cat. Still love Doja, but Beyonce's Renaissance album is fire, and if you don't agree with that, that's okay. I just really like it. I put on one coat of mascara while I let the lashes dry, but I thought I would show you what it looks like with the mascara because the lashes I got are not very long. I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies. I thought I had another like fuller pair, but I think I might have thrown them out because I wore them too much, so we're just using these. And if you know about the Demi Wispies, you know that they're like teeny tiny lashes. They're like your cute, dainty, everyday little lash, you see? But we're gonna put them on. I thought I would show you how I put them on if you guys struggle with them. You can use tweezers, okay, or your fingers. I like to use my fingers. And you're gonna wanna get a mirror. This is just a mirror from the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. And you're gonna hold it underneath of your chin so you can look down, and then you pop the lash on at the end. And in the front. And then you kind of squeeze it together in the center. But this lash went on so easily. I am so glad that I showed you how to do that, because that was the easiest that a lash has ever gone on for me. Normally I'm like, oh my God, don't show them how to do the lashes because you'll screw it up. But no, confidence. And then you're just gonna squeeze them together. Super simple, but also you see how this lash is doing nothing for this eye look, and it's because this eye look is very, very big, and I should have gotten a bigger lash, but it's okay. It's still something. Those are the lashes all applied. Let's do my face makeup. This is the NYX Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh Spray. I'm using it as a primer, and I will use it to blend in all of the powders later on as well. I really shouldn't complain that much. Like, I know I'm just complaining a lot in this video, but things are also going really well for me. My business is picking up. My social media career is picking up as well. We're gonna take this e.l.f. primer. It's the Power Grip primer. You saw it in the beginning. And we're just gonna see. Things are going well for me though. Like, I'm feeling a lot better. I feel a lot more confident. I feel a lot more free. I'm like a lot more confident when it comes to vlogging, when it comes to filming, when it comes to doing the things that I want to do. And finally, things are like aligning for me. I'm just lonely. That's really it. I'm just lonely. I've been realizing that this whole time since I've been doing my makeup. I'm just like, wow, I feel very lonely. We're gonna start with cream bronzer. I'm gonna do my makeup the way I used to do my makeup. I probably won't show you much of this just because I don't want this video to be that long. So we're gonna take this Sephora. It's a Pro Foundation brush, number 47, but I like to use it for my cheekbones. So we're going to underpaint, which is, I do a cream contour, cream blush, and a cream or a liquid. I think this is a liquid concealer, and then we'll go over top with foundation. This helps to keep your makeup lasting longer, but also it helps you use less foundation. So if you don't like cakey foundation, or you don't like having a lot of makeup on your face, this is a really good technique because the creams just kind of blend into the face, keeps that structure, and it's like you're not wearing a lot of makeup at the same time. Now all the contour is placed where it needs to be. We're gonna go back in with the concealer and brighten up. I don't like to use a lot of concealer these days. Just enough. Yeah, really everything is like fine with me. I know I sound a little bit like sad or depressed or whatever, what have you, but you know, welcome to the real world. There's a lot of shit going on out here, you know? And I'm just trying to survive. But honestly, like, I'm doing okay considering the fact that I moved to LA by myself. I have no one out here, no friends, no family. I do everything by myself, for myself, and honestly, I'm freaking killing it. It's something I tell myself, like, if anyone can do it, it's you, because truly I can do anything that I set my mind to. And I know that I'm always like inspirational and like preaching that to you guys, that anything you want to do, you can do, and that's the truth. I'm just in a mood today. Go with it. I gotta go wet my beauty sponge. Sponge is here. This is the e.l.f. beauty sponge, which I also showed you in the little TikTok video in the beginning. I've been going on walks almost every day because they're helping me to like calm my mind. I've been trying to do like at-home workouts and stuff too because that helps me. And I'm really focusing on my health right now because health is wealth. But like, I have not been able to sleep lately. And you're like, what does that have to do with the price of rice in China? Do you say that? Does anybody else say that? We used to say that so much when I was growing up in my family. I don't know if anybody else says that, but anyway, because I've been walking and like working out and stuff to help tire out my body, and it's just not working. I cannot sleep at night. I have been getting the worst sleep. I keep trying to go to sleep at like 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m., which I know, it's like, okay, Gramps, but listen, I don't have anything to do after dark, and I don't like doing anything after dark. I can't drive after dark. Like, there's no point in me being awake, and I like to get all of my stuff done early in the morning. So the earlier that I get up, the easier it is for me to get all of my things done. My body is just like not going to sleep. I've been walking, I've been doing workouts, I've been running once a week. Like, I'm booked and busy, I do stuff, but my body is just like, no. I go to try to sleep and my mind stays awake, and I'm like, what are you even thinking about? I'm thinking about everything from the past. I'm thinking about last year. I'm thinking about people from high school randomly. Like, what is going on? I don't have any clue, to be honest with you. Also, I feel like this sponge is really soaking up a lot of product, which it normally doesn't. I don't know, maybe it's because it's new. It's fine, but yeah, I've been trying to do that a little bit more, walking and working out and stuff to help with it. I think there's just a lot going on energetically, and my Sierra team needs me to be awake for some reason, or maybe someone's trying to manifest me into their freaking life. I don't know, but you could stop it. That would be cool. Oh my god, I have a fun update. Do you remember the unedited makeup tutorial video? If you don't, it's still up on the page. Not one of my better videos, but hey, it's up on the page still. And in that video, I think I was talking about boys. I tend to talk about boys pretty often in these videos just because I'm like, what else do we talk about? Plus, like, I know you guys will care about it because y'all are nosy. I'm kidding, I'm nosy. Funny enough, the guy that I was talking about in that video, I ended up messaging him and asking him if he wanted to like reconnect our friendship, like I had said. He didn't. And then I just said okay and like left it at that. And wouldn't you know, he commented on one of my TikToks like maybe a month ago, and it was like, I really needed to hear this, and I was like, I'm so happy this found you. And I didn't really think much of it, but it was just like weird, like, why? Why? Yeah, and then we haven't talked since. He didn't message me, he didn't respond to anything else, he didn't comment on anything else. It was just very bizarre, very weird. I haven't thought about it since, but I thought I would tell you guys about that. Definitely better off without the situation. I don't have time for games. I really don't have time for games. I'm trying to build a career. I'm really trying to focus on my career. Okay, let's do cream blush. There was a time in my life when I really thought that I wanted to be like a makeup artist, like a celebrity makeup artist. Like for real. I worked at Ulta, which I've said before. I wanted to work at Sephora. I was like, let me get on with these peoples and work for them, work with them. I thought that I would end up working at like a boutique, and if you don't know what that means, Ulta has a bunch of different boutiques. You probably have seen them, right? Like Anastasia Beverly Hills, Benefit, the Benefit Counter, there's so many, Urban Decay, Lancome, so on and so forth, Too Faced. And I really thought that I would work for one of them. I kept trying and trying and trying to work for one of them. I would talk to all of the reps that came in. I was like, hey, how can I get on the team? And they would just ignore me. Like they would deadass just like make up some excuse and pretend to like not pay attention to me. People did not like me off first impression, and it's really frustrating because I'm genuinely a nice person. Like I'm a good person, and people just don't like me off the jump for absolutely no reason. And it has to do with their own insecurities and their own problems. And I know that now, but when I was younger, I did not understand, because I was like, I am such a nice person. Like I genuinely try so hard to be nice to people and to make people feel included. But like, I'm sorry that my face just is my face. Like, I'm sorry that I'm pretty, I guess. I'm sorry that I have a resting bitch face. I'm sorry that I'm good at makeup. Like, it's just, I get so frustrated thinking about things like this because it's out of my control completely. And I have a Mercury and Libra placement, which makes me a people pleaser, which is not great for social media work because I feel like I need to please everyone, and I obviously can't do that. It was really something that I struggled with growing up and recently, the past few years. But Ulta didn't work for me, obviously. Clearly I don't work there anymore. I was trying to do more, and they just like didn't want it, didn't have it. It's funny because a lot of the people who run Ulta are like men, but they hate men who work there. I mean, maybe not all of them, maybe it's changed. Don't let me be that person who's like spreading that information. But when I worked there, they did not like me, honey. They did not like men. Sometimes I felt like the token gay. Sometimes I do feel like the token gay in situations. That's a big reason why I moved to LA, because there's more gay people here. There's more people who wear makeup. There's more trans people. There's more people who are just like accepting of themselves and accepting of others. I see it. I haven't really met these people, but I see them. I know that they exist. But in Oklahoma, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You think the Bible Belt of the Midwest gives a shit about the gays? Should they? Yeah. Do they? No. It makes me think about all the boys I used to talk to in Oklahoma. We're letting them go too. They've been gone. I do not think about people from the past really, except every once in a while they pop up in my head and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm over that. I'm through that. Done with that. Oh, I'm taking foundation now. I have not been telling you what I'm doing, but I'm really just trying to rush through this so I can get it finished before the light goes down. I want to get some golden hour pictures, or just some pictures with the sun still. This is a foundation brush from Alamar Cosmetics. I've literally used brushes from every single brand that I have today. Sorry, not sorry. Use what you have at home. Use what you have at home. I like using a foundation brush whenever I do underpainting because it helps me to spread the product out a little bit better. The sponge doesn't, but the sponge will also absorb product, whereas the brush just kind of pushes the product into my skin. And then we have this nice, even, beautiful base, and I literally just used one pump of foundation. How gorge. Okay, let's set the face and I'll be back. Does anyone still bake? Because I still bake, but not as much as I used to. Just a little bit so that it like cleans up the lines and makes everything look a little bit sharper. If you don't know what baking is, that's what this is, like leaving extra powder underneath of the cheekbone. You can leave extra powder under your eyes. I have dry eyes and a lot of people have dry under eyes, so I don't really do that anymore, but I do the nose bridge and then the cheeks, so that way everything is like more pointy, you know? Let me know if you still bake. Let me know what your thoughts are on the baking process. It's a drag thing. It's a drag makeup thing. That's where it originated. A lot of makeup tips and tricks originated from drag makeup, fun fact. I'm gonna use some bronzer now just to bring some dimension and life back to this face. And we're gonna bronze it up. How has your summer been? I'm like curious now because I'm like just talking and I don't want to be so like grouchy. Summer 2022 has been hot, hot, hot. It's been pretty good though, honestly. Like it's been a little bit of a train wreck, but not as bad as the fall is for me. Let's pray for a good fall this year. My summer's been interesting. It's been productive. I've been focusing on my health. I've been focusing on my well-being. I've been really active on all of my socials. I run 2 YouTube channels. I run an Instagram page. The Instagram page is not monetized. I don't know how to monetize on Instagram. If you know, let me know. Also a TikTok. And then I run my personal services on the side. And that's just the beginning of it. And it's funny to me because people always like come into my DMs and be like, I haven't seen you in so long, or they'll reply on like my posts and stuff, and especially on TikTok, because TikTok algorithm sucks. And they'll come into my stuff and be like, I haven't seen you in so long. I'm so glad I'm seeing you again. And I'm like, I've literally been posting almost every day for the past 3 months. And I see bigger creators than me who have this problem too. I see people who have like millions of followers posting regularly, and then there's still people who follow them who are like, I have not seen you in so long. Whatever. Neither here nor there. I'm not here to bitch about the TikTok algorithm, but just know that I could, and one day I probably will, go into extreme detail about what I've learned about the TikTok algorithm and my TikTok experience over the past 1.5 years. Because I started my TikTok in March or April of 2021. And I started my tarot stuff just to help people, and that's why I think it did so well. That's why it does so well, because I don't use captions, I don't use hashtags, I don't use trending sounds. I just post and go. And I think that that's like really effective for my niche, which is spirituality and tarot content. But it's just stressful sometimes. Social media work is so stressful. Only because it's like a 24/7 job. And people are always worried about relevancy. I'm not worried about relevancy because you're either gonna like me or you're not gonna like me. I'm gonna continue to create content and continue to create. So the right people will find me and the right people will stick with me, you know? So I'm not worried about relevancy. It's just annoying when you put a lot of time and energy into your content and then people are not seeing it or no one's watching it, you know? And I don't mean to sound ungrateful, because I'm very grateful for the platform that I have, and I'm very grateful for everybody who does click on my content and who does view with the videos. TikTok is just annoying because it doesn't give you an option. You just scroll up to it, which is why I'm trying to do less and less readings on TikTok and more just like channel messages while I'm outside, more vlogging, hauls, things that I find interesting. And also TikTok has a younger audience, and the tarot readings just do not be hitting over there the way that they used to when I first started. I don't know why or what happened, but now I just get a lot of teens and people who do not understand the messages. They'll be completely overstanding the message, or they'll just be trying to troll on purpose, and then I have to turn the comment section off, which is so annoying. It's like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Also, if the reading or the message isn't for you, you don't have to comment and tell us that it isn't for you. It's like, okay, honey, we get it. It's not for you. But I don't post things for views, for clicks, for clout. I post things to help the people who need it. So it's like, if you didn't get the message, it wasn't for you. I'm also not reading for like little 15, 14-year-old girlies and their dumbass little situations. Excuse my language, but like, who cares about these little boys breaking up with you, okay? It's a blessing in disguise, truly. You don't want to be with them. You really don't. Be the bad bitch that you truly are and let them go, because it's their mistake for missing you. It's their mistake losing you. Who cares about these boys? Not me. I used to, so I get where you're coming from, and I love you so much. It's just, if I could go back in time, the things I would tell my younger self are to not care about these boys and what they're doing, to be nicer to myself also, to come out as gay much earlier than I did, to really accept myself for who I am from the beginning, and to just really stop caring about what these boys think or what these boys are doing. Let's do blush. I'm telling you, I'm in a mood, but we're getting closer to the end. Closer and closer and closer to the end. This is gonna be so edited that you're gonna miss out on a bunch of things that I'm saying, and I love that for us. We're gonna take this Hourglass blush in Diffused Heat that was gifted to me like 2 or 3 years ago. And we're just gonna blush up this face. I'm gonna go extra blushy because the eyes are like dark. So I would like the cheeks to be very rosy, very pink, very flushed. Also, blush is really important for shaping your face. So for me, I like to keep my blush like right here and go pretty high into like the C shape. You can do your blush however you want to do it, but keeping it higher gives you like a higher cheekbone, a higher face. If you bring it too low, it's fine. It just makes your face look longer, you know? Bringing it closer to the nose also gives you that like youthful, young look, like you're a little bit sun-kissed, a little freckly. I just like blush. I could wear blush on its own and be completely fine with my life. People who don't like blush kind of scare me. I'm like, why don't you like blush? What do you mean you don't like blush? I think blush really just ties everything in together and it just makes everything look so cohesive and so pretty. Like this side of my face versus this side of my face, this is so boring. But I see people wear it like this all the time and that's totally fine. You can do whatever you want. There's no judgment, but I just feel like this, so cute. And I already have an RBF. Like I'm already constantly looking like I have a resting bitch face. So me putting on blush is like, maybe he's more approachable. I just wish people would stop judging others based off of how they look, you know? Like stop judging people based on their appearance. Is it that difficult? Is it really that difficult to not judge people on their appearance? Like, is it that hard? Isn't that hard? It's not. I'm telling you, I've grown up in some of the worst places for like discrimination and for racist people. And then I've moved a lot. I've seen it all. Like, it's a lot. Tell you, when you grew up in a small town where like everyone knows everyone and everyone's like causing all this drama and it's predominantly white, like it was a nightmare living there. Truly a nightmare. And I really tried. I really tried. I definitely remember being in a lot of drama when I was younger. I have a Leo rising and a Leo Venus. Like, it's natural. Drama follows me, and I try really hard not to be a part of it because I'm just not a dramatic person. I don't like confrontation. I don't like beef. I don't start things. I really stay in my own lane and mind my own business because I'm working on me constantly. I don't have time for other people's input. I don't have time for other people's opinions. I don't have time for other people's drama. But I definitely was in it when I was younger, you know, when we're like young and don't know what we're doing. We're not gonna dive into it, but I just wanted to say that in case there are people who are hate watching me from high school, because I know that there are people who like hate watch me from all over the place, not just high school. But I wanted to make that disclaimer because like I definitely take accountability for the things that I did in high school and I'm not the person I used to be. Blush is done. Cute. You're telling me that's not cute? You're telling me that's not adorable? You're telling me that you wouldn't wear blush? Stop it. Stop it right now, okay? Stop it. I need to put on highlight. We're gonna use the Pat McGrath palette. This is my go-to highlighting palette. And I'm gonna use this Alamar Cosmetics brush. It's a brightening brush. We're gonna use these first two shades, this like champagne gold color and then the pinky gold color. They mix really well together on my skin, I think. I also just washed my brushes. That was another reason why I haven't been doing makeup. So I didn't have mascara, I didn't have lash glue, I didn't have a primer. The primer is not really the most important thing. A lot of people don't use primers and you don't have to use a primer. I just like a good gripping primer. And honestly, my makeup looks bomb with this gripping primer. Everything is stuck together and everything has blended out really nicely. I did have some issue here with like carving out the cheekbone, but that was not that big of a deal. Anyway, I just washed my brushes and I feel like this makeup look I've used almost every single one of my brushes, so they're gonna have to get washed again or I'm just gonna use them dirty. I used to be one of those people who was like cleaning my makeup brushes constantly, screams in Virgo, but then I just stopped caring. That's a big thing. I stopped caring about a lot of stuff. Just stopped caring completely. The world, it's like on fire, you know? And I feel like it just gets worse and worse every day. I do what I can to help my people, and that's that. And I feel like I do a lot. I feel like I do a lot more than a lot of people do. And it's not about comparing myself to other people. It's just that sometimes I really need to sit and realize like, hey, Chan, you do a lot. You really do a lot for your community. You do a lot for your collective. You do a lot for yourself. You do a lot for your family. You do a lot for the people who like are in my DMs. I respond to almost every single one of my DMs. You all can attest to that. There are so many people who like reach out to me and I respond. And then they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for responding. I didn't expect you to respond. And I'm like, wow, do people really not respond to their DMs? I wish I had those boundaries. But I go onto my Instagram or I go onto these apps and I see that I have a notification and I open it, you know? Maybe I need to get better about my boundaries. I'm gonna do my under eye, my lips off camera, and I'll be back with the final look. And that's the finished look. If you have good like nude brown lip liners that aren't too dark brown, let me know so I can try them, because I love a good brown lip liner to really like pull everything together, but not too brown because I don't have that deep of a skin tone, you know? Anyway, this is the look, this is the fit. Black turtleneck, necklace, blue jean. It looks cute. I also was able to get it down with still lighting, and I think this looks sickening. This looks sickening. So I'm going to go post some pictures, go take some pictures, maybe film a video, I don't know. But I really like the way that this turned out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to me rant, listening to me vent. I'm probably going to edit this in a way where it doesn't sound like I'm constantly complaining, but thank you so much for listening, for hanging out, for being here. Please click the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.